Alright guys, Jeff Durkin here, We Are Change Connecticut with my cameraman Steve, and we just took a New York City tour and confrontation with former Secretary of State Madeleine Albright. Enjoy the show.
I'm Steve from We Are Change, and you guys talk about accountability tonight. Well, who's going to be held accountable for the invasion of Iraq? You know, we went in there, a lot of dead women, children, civilians, and there were no weapons of mass destruction, so who are we going to hold accountable for that? When are we going to see the trials for Iraq? When are we going to see George Bush and Miss Korbalova in front of a judge and jury for, you know, she said, what, over 500,000 at the time, said it was worth it? Is it still worth it?
We have heard that 500,000 children have died. I mean, that's more children than died in Hiroshima. And you know, is the price worth it?
I think this is a very hard choice, but we think the price is worth it.
The U.S. Policies in Iraq have failed. The post-conflict performance in Iraq is, in my opinion, inexcusable because there were lessons of post-conflict in the Balkans, in Sierra Leone, in Timor-Leste that weren't engaged. It was a tough decision based on the intelligence they had. I think it's a lesson on intelligence there. I saw the intelligence. Nobody was lying to the American people, but it was weighted so heavily because of the mistakes before the first Persian Gulf War. After the war, when the inspectors went in Huntsville, they found that while the assumption was that Saddam was 6 to 10 years away from nuclear weapons, it was just a couple. There's a whole series of things, so I think the intelligence community overcorrected. And there's a cautionary lesson there, which hopefully countries going forward will.
Well, first of all, I really want to thank everybody for being here, because this is not an easy subject, and the 92nd Street Y for hosting us, and you, like the Holocaust Museum, for pushing on this whole idea that we have to look at the responsibility to protect in some kind of a way that it becomes understandable and useful. But I don't think there could be a more receptive audience than this one in this particular issue. But be faced with the following aspect. I just finished a book. It's called Prague Winter. It's the story of my family life. But the bottom line is I have always been unbelievably critical of Neville Chamberlain and what the British did. But what I hadn't realized was how tired the British people and the French were from World War I. They had lost a lot of people, and they would do anything to have peace. We are tired from Iraq and Afghanistan. And Nick brings us these stories, and we all know about them. And we are in a financial mess. And you are the ones that can go to your representatives and say, okay, it's really a good idea for us to do something about what is happening in Congo or Darfur. And the question is whether people, this is a kind of democracy, we are talking about budgets, discretionary spending. How many, I won't even ask this question because I know the answer is, the bottom line is people think that we spend 25% of our budget on foreign assistance. We spend less than 1%. And the bottom line is that one of the reasons that President Clinton and I started saying that we would need to spend for the nation, not because we wanted to push our power around, but in order to make clear to the American people that things didn't happen if the United States was not involved. And so ultimately, we can talk about this and be bleeding hearts, and you're the ultimate bleeding heart. You know, and then what? Because we are tired from Iraq and Afghanistan. We think we don't have money, and why should we care about people in faraway places with unpronounceable names. And that's what I think we need to take away from this evening, and that this concept of responsibility to protect in many ways is new, evolving, complicated in the ways that we've talked about it. But it does begin to provide some tool so that we can salve our consciences, so that we don't have to look at Rwanda and Darfur without having any ideas. And so we really need your help in understanding this particular concept, and as we unpack it, what it is we can do that may not be the ultimate solution, but does shine a light, does provide accountability, does provide a way that the United Nations and the international community can do something when we are told that a leader thinks his people are cockroaches and he's going to kill them all. And we have to recognize that there's no ultimate way of dealing with it, but there are pieces of this that we can make a difference so that we don't have to go wake up in the morning and read Nick Kristof for saying you haven't done anything. So that's what we're trying to do through this whole thing with the help of the Holocaust.
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, by the way,
they said that they were going to drop it off.
So Madeleine, was it still worth it? Was it worth it?
She gotta go, I'm sorry, don't worry about it.
Yeah, those 500,000 Iraqi civilians, that was worth it on 60 Minutes?
You really didn't answer my question. Miss Corpalova.
You gotta go, you gotta go.
Go away, it's a public sidewalk, man. Stop what? I want her to stop.
Could you answer my question, Madeleine?
How can a bigot like you be in charge of a panel? Okay, what do you mean by dirty Serbs get out? Dirty Serbs get out.
You said that on Punishing Saddam, 60 Minutes. Leslie Stahl answered your question. Those 500,000 dead Iraqis, were they worth it, Madeleine?
Come on, Madeleine. One comment, please. Please, Miss Corpalova. How can you compare genocide to the FEMA camps that are being placed all across America? What about the NDAA? How about the secret kill list? No? No comment? Only guilty people have nothing to say.
We're just asking a question.
Leave her alone.
All we're asking is a question.
What we're doing is asking questions. We want answers. We're real journalists, unlike the fake media.
Yeah, I thought I heard they were supposed to investigate things and be real journalists. Investigate things when they look too fishy.
This is helping you escort Miss Madeleine Albright toward theater.
The people are waking up to your schemes, Madam
So
Secretary.
who's going to be held accountable for Iraq?
I got another question. How about that Bilderberg meeting in 2008 when you walked in and we got you on video and you drove out again? Can you answer that question about the Bilderberg group?
You look like you were lost when you were driving. Did your driver know where he was going?
All we're asking is a question. We're not being disrespectful. We're asking a simple question. That's all we're asking. Being real journalists.
Guys, listen, man. If you guys would have back up, that would be great, though. Like, I mean, stop just bothering people.
No, we're no problem. We're at a safe distance.
Belgium taking...
We're just asking about the 500,000 dead Iraqis. She said on 60 Minutes on national television to Leslie Stahl saying it was worth it. We're asking her about that simple question.
Do you know how many times I've apologized for that statement?
Do you think you apologize enough?
Yes.
How do you sleep at night?
Could you comment on the Bilderberg group? 2008, we got you on video. Sir, don't touch my camera. I'm on a public sidewalk. I'm not being disrespectful. I'm just asking a question.
Yes, you are.
Well,
No, I'm not.
Did I not?
Yeah, but
I didn't hear you answer it.
I told you I had apologized for it.
so who's going to be held responsible for Iraq? Can we get that? Can we get that initiative going?
We're still waiting for those weapons of mass destruction being found in Iraq.
War crimes. What about the war crimes perpetrated against the Muslim population post 9/11?
listen, she's somebody who's good.
We're just asking a simple question. She said on you could.
But you don't listen to the answer. Wait a minute.
Well, all we're doing it, we could ask her to stop and give her a simple answer right now, and that's it. We'll leave you alone.
She answered your question. She answered it many times. Leave her alone.
Well, I don't think the Iraqi civilians would say the same thing. Those families that got killed.
To begin with.
You can ask about the secret kill list and those drone strikes overseas.
Where did she park?
Hey,
Oh, look, they're getting a cab.
He has answered and served the country enough.
You call serving the country being sanctions on, responsible for Iraqi civilian deaths?
What went on when you were in the Trilateral Commission?
Yeah, can we have an answer about that? Or the Council on Foreign Relations you're still a member of, if I'm not mistaken? Can we have a comment on the CFR?
Dude, I can't believe we're talking to Madeleine Albright.
We're just being real journalists, being the real media.
I feel like a superstar.
I don't think the American people have their questions answered about Iraq.
We just want you to do the right thing, Madeleine. People are waking up. And what side are you going to be on in the morning? You give me a side of light?
Guys, listen, guys, you guys crossing the line right now. Enough is enough, okay?
What do you mean crossing the line? I'm just walking down the sidewalk.
We're not being disrespectful, we're asking questions. That's all we're doing as real journalists, asking questions. That's all we're doing. Because real journalists do the right thing. People are waking up to your plans, Madam Secretary. Your New World Order will not prevail.
Get ahead of her and walk backwards.
Can we get a comment on the secret kill list put in by Obama, continuing by President Bush? Sir, I'm just asking a simple question. I'm not interfering with her at all. I think you're interfering when you put my hand in front of you put your hand in front of my camera. I'm trying to ask a question that journalists should be asking about Iraq. The weapons of mass destruction that were never found. The million dead Iraqis responsible for the bombing campaign. All based under false pretenses of weapons of mass destruction found in Iraq. I think the American people deserve an answer, Madam Secretary. Your agenda will not succeed because we are change.
Gave advance warning about 9/11. And so when the government decided they wanted to lie to the people about everything, and create a phony justification for war, the phony argument about weapons of mass destruction.
They realize that individuals are not being held to the same letter of the law as other people. You know, it's hurting them. It's hurting their government. Listen, America hasn't won a war since World War II. Empires don't collapse because you lose wars. They collapse when people stop believing in them.